Hey, it's Dave Wyman from Danny Dave and More, another installment of Football 101. I'm going to go stat nerdy today. And of course, I put the quote up here, stats are for losers. There's lots of times I'll look up stats, and after like an hour of research, it doesn't really show anything. But I thought this was pretty significant. And the reason why I looked this up, last week, after the Cincinnati game, they won 21-20. Russell went 14 for 20, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions against Cincinnati, Russell Wilson. And I started thinking about the number of times that he throws it for, it's like 16 for 21, 17 for 23. So I came up with a number, and this is really more of a formula. It was as much a formula for the team winning as it is for Russell winning. So his win percentage is kind of what I was looking at based on attempts. So I came up with 25 pass attempts or less for his career, went through every game. In the regular season, 25 or less, when he throws it 25 times or less, 27-6, 82% win percentage, and 75% in the playoffs. 26 or more, 46-30, 60%, still winning record, and then only 50-50 in the playoffs. So I thought that was pretty significant. So going into Pittsburgh, of course, I said, they got to throw it less than 25 times, right? Otherwise, they're not going to win. And thought that was the formula. And of course, that's why stats are for losers. But these are not, because Russell versus Pittsburgh, he goes 29 of 35, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Most importantly, 83% completion percentage. It's a career high for a single game. So I started kind of looking at, okay, what about this number? I mean, it's one thing, like I said, to go 14 for 20, but when you go 29 of 35, you throw it that many times. And Brent Stecker and I enlisted Brent to try to find out how many times that's happened, where a player has had 83%, which is what his completion percentage was that day, or higher, and with that many attempts, 35 or more attempts. So we put this out there on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter, by the way. We went to Vincent Verhey, hope I'm getting that right, from Football Outsiders. And I think on the website you can find his Twitter account. But he came back like within 10 minutes with this stat. In NFL history, and here are the parameters, 35 or more attempts, 83% completion percentage or more. It's happened 18 times in NFL history. Now you might think, and it's happened 13 times in the last 10 years. But 18 times you might think, well, that's a pretty high number. Think about this, 10 years of regular season games, 5,120, over 5,000 games have been played. So it's pretty significant. Brent Stecker then took it further. How about all of these numbers, 83% or higher, 35 attempts or more, plus at least 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. And where does Russell fall on this? He's one of 8 players. So Breeze did it twice, Brady did it twice, Peyton Manning, Rich Gannon, Kelly Holcomb with the Browns. But it's amazing when you look at Russ's stats, how many times the names Manning, Brady, Breeze, he's in that ilk with his accuracy, with his lack of interceptions, not necessarily yardage, way less attempts, but Russell is always up there with these guys, and I don't see Aaron Rodgers in here. I don't see Matt Ryan. I mean, there's lots of quarterbacks that people think are better than Russ, but I'll tell you what, this is a really, I thought, significant stat. So thanks to Vincent for that. Let's look at the play. Fourth quarter, 3rd and 3, 7:22, and this is part of Russell. This is what demonstrates his accuracy. They run on 3rd and 3. They're 3-by-1 here. Tight end lined up out here. He runs a little stop route. DK Metcalf runs a go. And then Tyler Lockett runs like a 5-yard out. He's wide open. I mean, this is a first down. If Russ wants to take that shot right there, he knows he can connect with Tyler Lockett and he's going to get a first down. But instead, he goes with the rookie. And I thought this really showed how much he respects DK Metcalf, and I do too. I just think this is one of the best rookies that I've seen in a long time. The first catch, I don't know if you heard the press conference with Pete Carroll, he mentioned that very first catch that DK had in the game, and it was a back shoulder that was way low, and he caught it. He's such a pro, so good, and he just did a great job of shielding this off. But Russell's throw, and this is part of this whole accuracy thing, You ever see the dude perfect guys that will throw footballs through basketball hoops and stuff like that? Russell basically made a throw that I think was in a space that was maybe even tighter than a basketball rim. It was maybe about like that. That was the only place that he could catch it. Not to mention, and it was about a 40-yard throw because he was on the opposite hash and it was about from the 35-yard line, but you know, you're throwing it all the way out here and just dropped it right in the bucket. Just amazing throw. And the other thing is that he had 5 fire-breathing dragons rushing him, 3 of them first-round draft choices. So pretty awesome for him to just be able to do that. I mean, it's one thing, the dude perfect guys, nobody's rushing them. You don't got guys coming in trying to kill you. So I just thought this was just one of the great throws in that game, and why Russell Wilson is such an accurate passer.